another thing that President Trump did right after meeting with Xi is say, hey, we got to get back in the nuclear weapons game because China is producing nuclear weapons. Right now, the estimate is, maybe you know this, doctor, about 300 nuclear weapons the Chinese have. They have a goal of 1,000 by 2030, and they're doing that. So clearly, if you're building weapons, you're doing it for a reason. You're not doing it because, hey, nuclear weapons really make a great awning. You know, you put that on the front lawn and put it out there. Ooh, what's a great looking addition to the yard. That's not why they're doing it. So let's talk a little bit about Xi in China. So how secure is President Xi in his continued running China is a starting question.
Xi's regime is kind of stable, and that's why, they know you will realize definitely, winning the pool is more cute. So Xi Jinping knows that you would, president, especially when President Trump get back. So he knows that a lot of things point to him. So what he wants is first, he need to protect himself. That's why they deliver the misinformation. I said that is like the wheat sauce fat, very smelly, but it can cover Xi to run away. So you will hear a lot of so-called anti-CCP people or so-called dissident tell you, oh, Xi is unstable and there is a coup from certain general or there is some plot from certain CCP senior officer. No, it's not like that. Actually, Soviet Union has done many of these kind of tricks before.
Oh yeah. We trick them into it. Yeah.
He wants you to focus on the scapegoats. So that's why he can always be safe. And also, actually, we have our exclusive sources around Xi, even in his family, because since I reviewed the COVID-19 origin and a lot of Chinese, especially the CCP's senior people, they realize how evil this regime is, and they don't want to work with Xi Jinping to destroy the world. So we get a lot of exclusive information, intelligence from them, and many of them are verified. We have delivered it to the U.S. government. So for example, when you talk about nuclear test, we can tell you, of course, it's in Malan base in Xinjiang, which CCP always claim that is abandoned. But no, it's not abandoned, and they develop even underground, because that is in the Xinjiang desert. So they know they can do a lot of things there. And also they have built for example, the US, that Ford style aircraft, this kind of model. You can see it from satellite.
I've seen the model of they have models of aircraft carriers out there that they use to test hypersonic missiles. Absolutely, yeah.
Yes, and I have checked this because our source give us the exact location, so we can see that from the Google map, even around that area, more of this kind of models. So yes, they are doing the nuclear test, and more importantly, China doesn't have as good as advanced nuclear technology as Soviet Union, even because they steal it from them. So they focus on both nuclear things and dirty bombs. That's why you see China's telling that they are making the new clean energy. So how clean? They want to import that kind of nuclear waste from France or other countries. They said we can turn them into clean energy, and you need to pay them to do that. But instead of turning it to clean, they make it as to be the dirty bombs. And then they deliver it through their network to the terrorists, to all these kind of cartels and evil regimes. So, of course, President Trump should let Americans know this, and America must work actively against that, because from CCP's own internal document I read, they have clearly mentioned how to protect there's a national strategy to achieve their goals is to use nuclear weapons to help they promote the biosecurity things, which means bioweapon and other unrestricted warfare.
Right. So I think I'm glad you mentioned unrestricted warfare, because one of the other aspects of this is fentanyl. One of the things that we all recognize, and I've said this publicly multiple times, that fentanyl is a weapon of mass destruction. The fact that they actually provide this in such great quantities to Latin American countries, especially Venezuela, who then turn it into drugs. and they move it into America. I would argue, Doctor, that the effort that we're mounting right now against Venezuela is as much against China as is Venezuela, because Venezuela has become essentially a jump-off point and a proxy of communist China. Would you agree with that?
I always tell my audience, I do my everyday 1.5 hour Chinese YouTube live streaming. I always tell my audience that it's not only about Venezuela, it's not only about Colombia, it's about the CCP behind, because CCP can always find proxies, and like Maduro or Petro or Lula or even Mexico. I mean, you see, recently they have got one escaped CCP Chinese kingpin from Mexico to Cuba, and now they bring him back to U.S. for the trial. His name is Zhang Zhidong. He is one of the example behind all these cartels, and it's not only Sinaloa. He's also that kind of the next generation. What's that kind of the big cartel things. So actually, our sources has told us several years ago, people like this person. I mean, the guy before him, his name is Zhen Li, previously arrested by U.S. Now he's back to China. So that guy was initially over 10 years ago, 20 years ago, came to Mexico from CCP's People's Liberation Army intelligence to develop this kind of drug and terrorism network in next to America, near America.